First and foremost, salute, greetings, peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum to everyone who follows religious observances this week, Holy Week for many. You know, you celebrate Passover. If you're, Muslim, Catholic, Christian, peace, respect to y'all and everybody, whatever you subscribe to, you know. Um, so they say Westcott in the building, you know. Should I call myself Crypto Wonder, aka Mr. Who Cares? You know what I'm saying? Westcott, crypto people, more hex. What's going on, folks? I don't know if you guys celebrate the religious holidays and stuff, but salute to y'all. Much respect. Crypto pay in the building. You know, Westcott, your video games, not games as in like Joyce, your music videos are incredible. First of all, I'm gonna take some time out to just say that, man. Like, yo, I saw, and then I finally caught. I caught. First, everybody, go subscribe to this guy's channel. He is a star, and the man don't even know it yet. You know, like this man is like a star. He's better than the best of them out here. Like he's just as deserving. The efforts and the works he puts in is gonna catapult him to heights that, you know what I'm saying. That's great, and we great to see you because your energy, Westcott, is basically balancing out all the weird, the negative, miserable energy. You know, that FUD. You're combating all of that, and that's why when the people watch your content, watch your videos, from Post Chain Girl to the latest one you have today with the other lady, AS Wild, some I forgot her name. Salute to her. That's bringing that comedic relief, and then you're actually teaching people about what you're talking about. Salute to you, man. And I saw you on the stream, ATX Crypto Wednesdays. You guys, the chemistry is fire, and you seem like you're eager to. The energy you have is the energy that needs to be multiplied in the community, and I'm glad you're around, man. Like for real. Like that's why I'm giving you the props. I'm taking time out to say this to you because why not? You know? More Hex too. More Hex in the background doing his thug dizzle and has been just keeping in tune of what's going on. I've seen I don't know if people want me to disclose like things they got going on, so I'm gonna leave that for you guys to do. But I salute y'all. Because why? Because why not? Kaisa, is that how you say it? Kaisa, what's going on? Glad to have you. Listen, air. So, where was I going? Okay, yeah. I forget sometimes when I title um, the content V3 Testnet Bridge. Folks, why, like today, right? I'm scrolling through toxic butt cheeks Twitter, right? And not even just crypto Twitter, but Hex Twitter. It's true, right? Because Hex Twitter sometimes can go all the way left. We all know this. Keep it moving. And Hodl Dog puts out a tweet. Salute to him about how the bridges, the testnet V3 bridge, V3 testnet bridge is live. and it's like very little burn, hardly any retweets. I liked and retweeted myself. I mean, he did another tweet within his tweet, like, people, is bridge. There's test. Go test it out, yo. There's a bridge. There's a bridge, folks. Testnet. Go test it. Go play with it. And it's very little burn. Meanwhile, 2 days ago, you all know, Richie Rich puts out V4 announcement, and the crybabies just jumped out the window, man. And no one's screaming and hooting and hollering about this bridge. Yo, the bridge was like a main factor. The bridge has been like quiet as kept, something like very, very, very integral in all of this, man. They were thinking, yo, maybe I remember Richard, I think back in 21, in the beginning, right, of the sac phase. We're all sacrifices, so we special in this whole thing, man. I tell you, man. So he was saying, like, we could probably wait on the bridge, the launch the chain and everything, and work on the bridge after the fact. Just like even like with the wallet, so that could wait. He just wants to push the chain out. And now here we are. Of course, we're not in 21 anymore. We're in 2023, right? April. And there's a V3 testnet, a bridge on V3 testnet. Like, folks, like, like, I'm not, I mean, shouldn't that be celebrated? Versus talking about Shane and V3 or V4 being set. Yo, like, I know it's not easy. It's not easy dealing with this, because guess what, people? I'm not a moon boy type of person, but I have moon boy dreams, man. Like the next one. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I contradict myself in mid-sentence, in a sense where, look at what I just said. I'm not a moon boy type of person, but I have moon boy dreams. If my thoughts are who I am and my dreams are part of my thoughts, then we are going to win big, yo. Because that's what my thoughts have been this whole time. Can y'all, like, this is incredible effing opportunity, man. Like, words can't even describe. Everybody I hear talk about this, after a while, they lose the amount of words to really capture and describe what this feels like. It just gets into your emotional bag, and then you gotta, like, okay, man, let me just calm down, because you've seen what history has done, and then for Pulse Chain to become a blockchain that's supposed to be superior to Ethereum, yo, and we coming in at the ground level, rock bottom, zero, below zero. I remember I did a thing where I was telling people, yo, we coming in below zero. And folks didn't really understand. I'm like, yo, it's below zero, man. Below zero. Like, the price is coming out at zero, but many of us sacrificed under zero. Sub penny, sub, like something like crazy. Imagine coming in at Ethereum when, pre-sale, week, pre-ICO, whatever, 35, 33 cents, 15 cent Ethereum. And you held on to that baby till this day. This is why. And look, even to this day, 7 years later with Ethereum, right? 7 years, give or take, or whatever. The price is hovering at $1,800. It went up to $45, $48, $5,000, give or take. And you got that joint at less than $1. And in 7 years, you held. Yes, it went up, but it went back down. It's at 1,800. Son, what we doing, son? What we doing? You don't think Pulse Chain is gonna do better? Hell yeah! That's a fact. It's gonna do better because why not? Why? What did it do? Look, for everything negative that people have to say, we're also gonna experience the extreme opposite, man. Because what we're doing, the levels and these cryptos that are afforded to us, we are leaders. Like we have to understand, we're leaders, man. We're leaders, and we're taking the scariest risks of risks that have no logical rhyme or reason. There is no rationality to really justify what we did as sacrifices, except having the intangible belief in faith and hope and just taking a chance because not everything is physical. Some things you just have to go with your intuition, with that guide, that sense that you really can't touch, but you can feel and know. Like sometimes you just know it's right. You just can't put a finger on it, but you know something is there. That's this. But the world, when you're dealing with analytical minds, when you're dealing with even people who are jealous and envious minds, and folks that deal with certain science and are supremely logical and super rational, they're not going to understand this. They're thinking that, no, we just playing Russian roulette or this is just lotto or whatever. No, no, bruh. We're dealing with certain things that bring us, that's like we can't even, sometimes everybody's going to question. We went against the grain by sacrificing. Sacrificing is something the entire world would, and when I say the entire world, I'm talking about the majority. What they say, 7 billion people, 8 billion people are out here, and only 140,000 of us are in the sacrifice pool, son. Only 100,000. We went against the grizzle, like we just went left, and that's why we're gonna get all the great everything that comes with that, yo. Because what we're doing is great, is good, it's not negative, it's not harmful, right? What we're engaging with is things that's really going to help people, help like humanity. In essence, look, one, you add two, you add three people, you add four, it multiplies. 2 years ago, we weren't here. Here we are now. 2 years from now, it's going to be more and more and more, and things are going to expand because what's happening here is something that's so organic. It has a life of its own. And all we can do is either we ignore it or attach ourselves to it. Those of us who have sacrificed or have already attached ourselves, we're in it. We're going through it, and we will be rewarded for the sacrifice. It's a different level. It's this supremely mental game, this mental type of framework that we allowed ourselves to be a part of. Because the same way we sacrifice, no one forced us to do this. It was a decision, a conscious decision that we made, right? The same way we made that decision, whatever led us to make the decision to press send, we could also, if we're not careful, find ourselves talking ourselves out of the decision that we made by becoming uncertain, becoming doubtful, resenting on for what? For what? Why? For what? Because what's helping us right now is not just because we sacrifice for nothing. We have nothing to deal with, no basis, no history, no experience, nothing. We have the hex token and all the data points that are present on the blockchain. You have a community that presents the data. If you don't even want to do the work for you, you have streamers that present the data that you could compare the data and go verify yourself to see the functionality of this chain, of this token, and how it's worked, and how you could make money in a multitude of different ways to support everything going on with having no expectations with Pulse Chain. And now on the V3 testnet, the capabilities to play with the bridge, The next thing I want to see is some kind of stable coin. I'm not hearing about nothing these people are talking about, whatever. But the stable coin bridge, certain fundamental things, right? Certain things, and it's we out of here, y'all. We out of here. Anyone right now who talks about, oh, bridge, there's a bug, or look, they spelled bridge wrong. It's missing an I. Oh, it's missing an E. Guess what? I'm not getting my, it's not where all this weird. That's why it's there. That's why we're here to play with it. This is why you're supposed to experiment. All this weird energy that folks bring, pay them no mind. Pay them no mind at all. Because look at what we work with. Pulse X. Listen, folks. You got Westcott. I don't know if you're still here. And I shouted you out in my stream the other day, yesterday. When I saw you on ATX Crypto say something real, like you said, yo, you don't know if you're ready for Pulse Chain to come out, man. That was the most genuine statement that I've heard to me in the last year and a half, because that is super real. Because as much as a lot of people you see, they're clamoring, they're fighting and complaining about when Pulse Chain. When the chain comes out, they won't know what to really do. They will panic and do something incredibly stupid and lose out on their opportunity to experience multiple gains. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Because FOMO is a strange phenomenon. It's overcome me on a multitude of times. The first 3 years I was in crypto, I don't say this often. I say, well, the first year and a half, to be real, the first year and a half that I was in crypto, I was just making all kinds of mistakes. All kinds of getting sucked in all kinds of weird FOMO, ICO, talked myself into doing something, then the something launched, and everything I thought about went out the window because I let my emotions, excitement, the hype get the best of me because something launched and I lost. Tricked myself out of bags many different times. I was a absolute, my style of playing in crypto was not 100%, but you a good 90% degenerate. That's why I know on both sides of the fence what this is all about. I know what it is to act like a degenerate dealing with crypto like it's just nothing but a casino, and you dealing with trash. I know the difference. That's why I'm on this side, and there's no wavering. There's no me flip-flopping like I'm wearing Jay-Z sandals from when he met Beyonce back in the days. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. I don't care what's presented. And if something is presented that's great, it has to make sense to me in my mind, because I played the game with all kinds of I'm talking about weird ass tokens and coins and contracts and blah blah blah. V3 bridge is where we're at right now, right? V3 bridge. I'm not talking about I can't even test it with you right now because I'm speaking with y'all. But what I'm saying is the developments are being made. Just focus on the good. Stop celebrating the bad. And that's not you guys in you guys and gals in the chat. I'm talking about the energy that folks like to put out there. You know? And it's crazy because, again, I want to see by the end of this day how many people are really going to know that the bridge testnet is out versus how many people found out about V4. You know what I mean? And not even found out about V4. I'm glad we know about V4, but to talk crap about V4 and cry about it. I don't want Pulse Chain to become a Solana, right? I don't want Pulse Chain to come out, Pulse X to come out, and for us to get rugged. Anybody can do better, just do it then. Do it. You know what I mean? Like, we sacrifices are a special set, yo. Imagine where there's people that's in Pulse Chain or that are waiting for Pulse to come out that probably don't even have one hex. They don't even believe in hex. They just know what hex did, and they want a piece of that action, man. That's how it was in the beginning during the sacrifice period. Perhaps now more people have also bought into the idea of this. None of this would be possible if it weren't for hex. Okay, none of this would have been possible if it weren't for hex. We got hedron, folks. Yo, I don't understand the cognitive dissonance and the unwillingness to accept good things when it comes to you. I guess that's a part of life. We getting this thing, we stake it, we getting it for free. We getting this token for free while we stake hex. It's free and it has value. It might not be, a bunch of, it may not be the price of hex right now or whatever, but it has value. Imagine, think about this. Think about this, right? Folks thought that they lost their chance with hex. Like me, I thought, yo, man, there's no way I'm ever gonna get 10,000 T shares. You know what I'm saying? Like thousands of T shares for pennies. There's no way I'm gonna drop a yard, $100 on January 5th, 2020. I can't get back to that time. That was 3 years ago. At that hex all-time low, to then hold it 10,000x and have $1 million. Imagine $100. You hold it 623 days later, the value's $1 million. So now here you got hedron, right? This thing is crazy, man. If you stake one, if you're fortunate enough, I don't know how much it costs for you to have one T share. It might cost maybe 26,000 hex. I don't have the information in front of me. Do the research. I don't know what the hex rate is for one T share. But if you were able to secure one T share and stake it for 5,555, the equivalent amount of hedron you get is 5,555,000 hedron that you would receive at the end of your 15-year stake. Right? You can acquire that right now off the market. You could acquire the same 5,555,000 hedron off the market right now. Something that is basically equivalent to one T share. Basically has the same value or power as one T share. You could get that right now. So in other words, you're given an opportunity to go back in time and still be prosperous as if you were in the future. You got to follow what I'm saying to you here, man. You got to follow what I'm saying to you. And this was offered to the community by none other than Alex, the developer. He goes by the name Synergy. You can't make this up. People saw hedron, they see how many, it seems like it's worthless, so many zeros, it's 5 zeros and a 2 4, something like that, blah blah blah. But what did we talk about? How was hex received in the beginning? It wasn't received well. The majority of the crypto space defecated on hex, man, including me. I'm gonna keep it 100% honest. And here is hedron giving some people a chance to have a leg up too, to catch up, basically, to catch up to what everybody else have succeeded in the hex. Hex made hundreds of people become millionaires, man. Like regular people like you and I, yo. What we talking about? What we talking about, yo? Then you have something like hedron that's working almost like in reverse. Instead of waiting 15 years to get that 5,555,000 hedron, that's basically the value of a T share. Instead of waiting 15 years, you could get that now. Hold it, stake it, wait for price appreciation, do whatever. But once it catches the ceiling price or even passes its price, if a hex token is worth $10, this joint could be close to a penny like it's nothing, man. You're dealing with math. You're dealing with code. And don't get me started with ICOSA. And y'all, listen, man, y'all crying about some V4. That's coming, man. Like all that, yo. What are we doing? Am I missing? Like my goddaughter, may you rest in peace. Ibaye Layentu. No. Am I missing something, y'all? Tell me if I'm missing something. Like I don't get it. I'm not trying to understand the irrationality of arguing and crying about why is there a V4 when you got all these blessings taking place right now that we don't even have to wait for. I do not understand that energy, yo. I get it if people are trying to manipulate markets, to try to get people to sell so they could buy cheaper and do weird things like that, because that's what happens. But in some cases, it's just more than that. It's about these flaws that people have in their personality, and they want people to join their misery. I don't get that, yo. If you're a sacrificer, yo, you're special out here, man. Real talk, you're special. You're not the same like any other crypto person either. In a sense, I mean, you kind of are if you've understood what ICOs were about, because this is like a different level. Of ICO is magical to me. This is just magical type of whatever ways to get your coins and have no expectations of profit from the work of others, right? It's not regular. It's not regular. It's not. We don't know this man. We just know what the work that he created that came from his mind. This Bitcoin hex. This hex that's basically Bitcoin, but you're able to lock it and receive yield and do a bunch of other things with it. Bitcoin, you can't stake Bitcoin, son. You can't receive some dividends. You can't receive derivatives and build with. What are we talking? You can't. What are we doing, man? This thing is following the two most successful cryptocurrencies in the world. Hex is number 3, but this still outperformed Ethereum. But I say it's number 3 because it's not a layer 1, right? And it lives on top of Ethereum, right? It's an ERC20 token. But wait till post-chain Breezy comes out, yo. This is what I'm talking about. Folks just are weird with it. There's a lot of people that's waiting for the latest Tesla spaceship to come out, yo. You think they're crying because there's update X, Y, and Z from Neuron coming out? That they had to just do some new modifications, specifications, whatever obfuscations that they had to do for their spaceship? No, they're letting it rock because they understand. They're wealthy in their mind. It's not just about being wealthy in resources, it's about being wealthy mentally. You're using these elements, these assets to make money without you having to break a sweat, man. Enough of you trying to bust your tail to get paid. You using these cryptos to work for you to get paid seamlessly, effortlessly, with no human involvement in between. And people still want to cry? What are we talking about, yo? This is happening right now. We're going through this right now. You don't know what you have until it's gone, man. You got entities, government bodies and agencies that do not want us to use DeFi in the United States. They're so confused. They don't know which way to start. All they can do is issue propaganda to the masses, right? To throw you off, to get you to become so weary and scared, right? And intimidated because they know they're losing control. We're doing nothing wrong. We're not doing anything illegal. They cannot stop it. And we're here. We're holding on to the reins, like not letting go. Imagine never selling your crypto, but living off your crypto for the rest of your life, y'all. You think Warren Buffett is out here selling his Coca-Cola shares, B? He's living off his dividends. What are we talking about? And he's old school. Old school. Berkshire Hathaway, old school. Warren Buffett, financier, aficionado, wealthy investor. What are we talking about? He doesn't understand. He thinks Bitcoin is rat poison squared, him and his partner Charlie Munger, but the principles are what they are. They're universal. We're allowing these technologies to build, for us to be built so that we can use it. The dollar value loses its value every day. You got countries that are saying no to the US dollar. What do you think that's happening to us? That's not empowering us. You know what I'm saying? Bank runs left and right, nothing but confusion. Okay, Jerome Powell don't know what to do. BPS, you know how many basis points we're gonna inflate this thing? We don't have no idea, no idea with nothing except that what cost $5 2 years ago, you have to pay $10 to buy today because everything is through the roof. There are no dollar meals anymore. You know what I'm saying? There are no dollar stores. And folks are crying about this guy coming out of version 4. People got nothing better to do with their lives, man. While I'm speaking with y'all now, and I say it got nothing to do with better with their lives, is because sometimes I want to feel like I got nothing better to do in my life, to keep it real, man. I'm so effing busy and tired, y'all. This is like my relief. This time, like when I'm talking and I'm creating blogs and stuff, this is my reprieve for the day. Because when I get off this, I'm back on the grizzly, doing a bunch of different things, and I'm tired just to make a living, just to make a way, just to keep my family safe, protected, well off, because I'm not, this is the thing, I'm not doing this for me. If I was a single person, oh man, I'd be streaming 24/7. Shout out to the single people out here who have decent mindset and are able to take advantage of the time in their youth. You want to become a dinosaur like me? Make sure you're well prepared, you're well armed, so by the time you reach my age, no one can tell you anything because you got it sewn. I'm tired, man. Like for real, yo. My body's tired. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I'm not going to give my age, but since I was 12. And I wasn't selling rock, ready rock. Shout out to the people who had hard lives. All my friends I knew, most of them, like, fell to the system. Some didn't. But then I met other people who also had similar experiences. And, we grinded, man. Well, I don't know. What's the like there's a generation. I'm above millennial and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not millennial, whatever. God bless the millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, coming behind that. Because y'all are going to be the recipients of all of this. The cats and ladies that are the guys and gals that's upset about V4V, all this stuff, they don't know what they're going on. They're the ones that create broken plates for you to fix, for the generation coming behind us. Don't pay attention to them, yo. Pay attention to the real trailblazers who face adversity and overcome. We're facing adversity right now, and we're about to really break through all of this, man. And we're breaking through. Like, this is the thing, right? We're about to break through if we're waiting, while we're waiting for something we're not expecting any profit from the work of others from. But if you're staking hex, yo, you're bubbling. That's it. Like, I don't know what is the problem, son. And I didn't talk about the other two chains. Like, I'm see, y'all listen. We don't know what we have until it's gone. I get it. A lot of people are scared about Ethereum POW, and they're scared about Ethereum Fair. They don't understand it. No community, needs infrastructure, inferior, subgraph this, index or that, blah, blah, blah. Development is, hey, guess what, man? Guess what? Hex is over there. Hex is over there. Hedron's over there. Icosa's over there. And them things are cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're not test nets. They're a step above testnet, but they're cheap, yo. There's some value over there, folks. There's value. We're blessed. We're blessed, yo. The money that's about to come this way, like it's hard. It's hard to even talk like folks. You gotta get your operational security game tight too, man. You gotta get your operation. It doesn't matter if I show my face on this or not. Some people are like, oh, you don't show your face. Oh, you're not real. You don't show your face. You don't show your, oh, what about your face? You're not showing your, who cares? Who cares? When you start smelling like you got money, when you start looking like you got money, everybody that you didn't know who knew will know and will come looking for you. So you better get your operational security game up. Seriously, I'm telling you, man. And be kind to one another. Like, do good things, because people will always remember you for doing bad things. And you don't want to do bad things and then end up getting paid and then have a lot of people on your mind because you did bad things to them, and then become a weird type of target, and it won't be, look at what happened to the founder of Cash App. This is unfortunate, but these things like that occur, man. Things like that occur, man. We're going to be touching some long generational types of wealth. This is not regular, folks. This is not regular. This is not Ponzi-nomics. The dollar, the US dollar is a big-ass Ponzi. We got something else going on that deals with math, deals with code, immutability, no interference, no intermediary. Nobody telling you, yo, you can't do this, you can't do that. Nobody telling you, oh, it works now, it doesn't work now. We're going to turn this on, we're going to turn this off. What are we talking about, man? This is a bridge. Like, play with the bridge. Imagine, like, these people were like, yo, the bridge. I don't know about the bridge because, the bridge is going to be, the bridge, the bridge, there's a lot of risk in the bridge because, the bridge, there's a lot of risk in the bridge. Oh, test that V3 bridge. Go play with it. Go see what's good. Right now. Right now. Yeah. And no fanfare. Well, I'm talking about it then. I'm going to talk about it. I'm really waiting for mainnet launch, though. I'm just glad to see the developers are happening and they're going this far. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We're not stupid people. Some of us, make you question, but most of us, I'd like to believe, are like, risk takers, man. That's really the best way to describe it, man. Calculated risk takers, man. Avant-garde, ahead of our own time. We don't even understand what the F we're doing, really. We just know, hey, man, YOLO. After a while, I do like the kids, man. Sorry. Sometimes the kids are more wise than us because we like to fuck shit up and leave it for them to pay for, man. Sometimes I just do like them and just, you only live for F it. F it, man. Because if I would have said F it January 5th and dropped $100 on this hex thing January 5th, but 623 days later, I would have been, oh yeah, looking at a mill, 7 figures. That's crazy. The math doesn't lie. And I had the chance to, and I let that go on some stupid shit. I thought Richard was a troll, a magician trolling crypto. Like, what's this guy with his top hat, funny ass colors, talking like what you doing, son? In crypto, you got a top hat. How am I keeping you? What, you're a magician, son. And that was it. It had nothing to do with OA. Had nothing to do with, ETH cycle, recycling, all that. I saw this guy. I'm like, y'all can't be serious. And you call the thing Hex? Hex? Why Hex? Like, you trying to curse the crypto space? What's this guy doing? Guess what happened? That was the costliest mistake I ever made in my financial life. Multiply any number times 10,000x. The thing was promising 10,000x in 2.5 years. It did it in 20 months. Through a bear market into a bull. Through the bear into a bull. It did it. 623 months. And now you crying because of some V4. You said V3 anytime soon after that. Now it's V4. Like, weird. Yo, the bridge. Go test the bridge out. I didn't test it yet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't verify if there's a bridge, man. I didn't do it. Once I saw it, I said, let me jump on this live and talk to my people, man. That's what I had to do. I don't know. I'd rather get excited for that than be mad about, Staker app, costing it costs you now subscriptions for some staker. I don't care about none of that. Yo, listen. If you believe Hex is like, this is the thing. Some people have no care or interest about these other chains, ETH Power and ETH Fair. It's Ethereum, folks, and it's Ethereum proof of work. Do your research. I'm not here to convince you to care. What I would say that you should consider to understand is Hex is over there. And if you believe that Hex on Ethereum POS is immutable and it's the same contract on those two other chains, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, liquidity is nothing over there. There's no liquidity. But guess what, son? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When was the best time? This is what some of the jewels that Richard taught, that it was hard for me to really wrap my mind around. It was so simple and so profound at the same time. The best time you could have bought Bitcoin, when there was no liquidity. He didn't lie. The guy didn't lie, yo. He didn't lie. There was little to no liquidity on ETH Power and ETH Fair. So, right, there's little to no liquidity. When Richard was asked about ETH Power last summer, he said something to the effect of he didn't know too much about the chain yet. He asked about the liquidity though, but he said he wasn't too sure because he didn't do his research yet. Like, he wasn't too sure to give a definitive statement because the community told him, hey, Richard, X is over there. What's good? What we doing? What we doing? Right? He said he doesn't know. He doesn't know yet. That doesn't mean it's a no-go. That doesn't mean it's a go either. It just means that if you were staking up to that point, up to September 14, 2022, the chain forked on Ethereum, it merged, became proof of stake, and the two forks occurred. So you got two copies of everything you had on Ethereum POS onto proof of work and ETH Fair. That's even more mining power. We don't know what ETH Fair and ETH Power is going to, I say power, proof of work is going to yield or produce in the future, but those are two extra layer ones that have been added to those who've been staking and mining before September 14th, 2022. And the subsequent derivatives are there too. And the auction capabilities, like, it's just, yo, folks, listen, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how you feel something in your stomach and your gut that's like, it just doesn't go away, it only builds. Like, for me, the level of bullishness that I have for this, words can't describe, yo. And it only gets stronger by the day. It only gets stronger by the day because we have great work that's being done by community members, participants, just the developments that are being done on chain. Our folks are willing to help more than hurt. And it's just prime. It's ripe for us to just reap the benefits and the rewards so that we could tell our own story. We could tell our own story to our future in interact in our future interactions, whether it be with loved ones or you know counterparts, associates, friends, fan, whatever, about what this was about. If we decide to tell them and share with them, because we're living through history, literally. This thing, like, can you imagine becoming? Sometimes I learned a long time ago, like if you want to become something, you have to visualize it. That helps. When you visualize it and you become like sort of like an actor in your own movie role, your actor in your own movie, it becomes a little bit more real because you're attracting something to yourself. You're attracting the high likelihood and possibilities of achieving something that is in your mind, that you're seeing in your mind, that you're able to visualize, because that's some of the powers that the mind provides, right? Imagine, man, reaching certain levels of financial freedom that you didn't think was possible. You understand? And this is where we are. This is like we're right at the precipice. We're right there, right there. Some have achieved already, but guess what? They're about to achieve more. Those of us who haven't, we about to achieve greatness. Those coming behind us that catch this opportunity, that pay attention, and they take action will also be successful. And quiet is kept. I gotta say this: everyone's not gonna win. Because the numbers lie, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers don't really reflect how everyone's going to win. Case in point, look at how many people say sacrifice. I say saked, sacrifice for post X. 100 sold thousand. Let's say 150,000. I might be generous, too generous by saying that. I think I heard 120. I'm gonna say 150,000 people sacrifice for post X. They say 40,000 sacrifice for post chain. And like I said yesterday, like these numbers, people have multiple wallets. So those numbers are not really accurate to say it's individual accounts or people. Talking about this 8 billion people. There's 1.5 billion people in India alone, yo. Everybody's not gonna get to see what we're about to witness. Everybody's not going to get to see and feel what we're about to experience. But what we can do is extend the positive energy, extend the well wishes, extend these good deeds, and show people a different way. Just like we got to this point, we can help others get to a certain point too in their lives. And I'm not saying giving handouts. I'm saying whatever, in whatever capacity that makes sense for you, because we're about to be endowed with a certain level of abundance. I'm telling you, words can't capture, yo. I've been watching these shows, these narcos, right? Narcos, Pablo Escobar, Queen of the South, Netflix game, Netflix, where you had these, heads of drug cartels. They didn't know what to do with the money they had so much, yo. They were burying the money, and I'm talking about acres and acres and acres of land. They had money buried all throughout their country. They couldn't wash their money. They bought so many buildings, so many businesses, so many planes, so many X, Y, and Z, damn near buying a country, and still had excess. So guess what's about to happen to crypto, yo? Not everyone is going to have the same amount of excess, I'm saying, right? There's always some type of hierarchy in a way, in a weird way, right? But we about to get paid, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And when I say that, don't get me wrong. It's not like to make you feel like, oh, we're going to get paid right away. These things take time, people. Look, it took time for us We're still waiting for something we're not expecting from the profit of others. Still waiting. That's not overnight. The sacrifice, this type of arduous, painstaking level of suffering was not an overnight process. It wasn't, but it's going to pay off over a period of time. And if you allow time to work on your behalf, like I've said before, these next two Bitcoin halvings are going to be redonkulous. Redonkulous. You think the next one is going to be fire? You think this one in 2024? When I say the Bitcoin halving, I'm really talking about the next bull run after the Bitcoin halving, the next Bitcoin halving. The bull run that's coming behind the Bitcoin halving, just like it happened in the previous Bitcoin halving cycles, have been ridiculous, stupendous, crazy. Like 6 months or so after the Bitcoin halvings, oh man, the markets start raging. They start soaring, and they last for maybe a good year, bull run, good year. You better take advantage. But the next the Bitcoin halving after that in 2028, there you go. Because a lot of people now, they're gonna see a 50x. They feel like they did something good. They went in and they have their right. They go sell. Not a lot of people are gonna wait for the 1,000x, 2,000, 10,000. A lot of people are not gonna experience that. They say a lot of people really, truth be told, didn't experience it in X, and it's shown in the data. Developers showed that on live stream. Go do the research and find out. Not a lot of people. They might. The coin did 10,000x. T-share did 15,000x. But as far as people, like in mass, the masses really buying at January 5th, 2020, and holding out 623 days, not many people did that. Because it's what it is, right? It feels like it's unbelievable with crypto. Overnight sensations in crypto. You become rich overnight type crazy. Like unbelievable stuff. That's why I say we're lunatics, man. We're blessed because we're raging risk takers. Because we're in a space that's so volatile, you could become rich overnight. There were trash contracts, smart contracts, reflector tokens that allow people to become rich overnight within the last bull run. You think I'm lying? Go do your research. I'm not talking shit. If you don't believe me, it's all good. I get it because it's something that you can't believe anywhere unless you in it. No one in your, you know what I'm saying? Like only we can understand this conversation. Like no one in my regular life understands what I say. I don't talk about this to people in my life because they'll think they already think I'm off my rocker a little bit. Ask me if I care. You know what I'm saying? Ask me if I care. They already think I'm on my rocker. I don't care. I know. It's not that I know I'm crazy. I know what I did. There's no rhyme or reason for it, yo. And I love it. And if I had a chance to sack again, I would. That's a fact. Postchain didn't even launch it, and I'm saying that. I'm saying that. Because look at how we're getting blessed with Hex, with Hedron, and Icosa. Look at how we're getting blessed. You have a piece of technology called Icosa that's bonded to the T-share rate twice. The T-share rate, the ever-loving piece of technology, that price goes up. It doesn't come, it just goes up. You have a coin that's attached to that rate times 2. And folks don't really want to take the time to understand that. They don't want to take the time. There's a certain thing that's involved with it, a certain type of utilization where if you're crying about your 15-year stake, you don't want to wait your 15 years, right? And should the Icosa reach a ceiling price in accordance with whatever price Hex is at, you could very well, if you really know what you're doing, Sell your 15-year stake as an HSI stake. You could sell that piece of mining equipment because folks are playing with the number with the words now, semantics, and get the value right now. You don't have to wait. You get your value by way of receiving the ICOSA. It could be comparable in value, or maybe even more, or maybe even less, and do whatever you want with that ICOSA. But your 15-year stake got sold back to the contract. That's it. But this is the technology. Like, you don't have to cry and say, "Oh, 15 years, yo. Oh, it's 15 years," because we know that's a long time. But that's how the hex mechanics was designed, for you to receive more the longer you stake and the more you put in. But then you got ICOSA that's going to help probably feed you sooner because of the way the market's going to perform. And then you're going to get copies on Pulse Chain. You already got copies on ETH Power and ETH Fair, and you're going to get copies on Pulse Chain. Like the you know what I'm saying? Like what this is all about. What are we talking about, man? I don't care about some V5, V1000. We already blessed now, yo. Do what you have to do. All the developers that are working on this chain, you're not gonna hear what I'm saying. It's okay, but do what y'all have to do to make this right. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be so much worse. Because when people rush things, right, and they miss out, just like certain developers, they rushed on this certain contract. They wanted to just beat the clock. They did, and then found out soon after they did it that there was a bug. And I'm tired of talking about, but they know who they are and whatever. It's not about them. But when you rush, you miss the details, you miss the nuances, and then you end up dealing with things like Solana, turning blockchains on and off. It makes no sense. And I don't know why they still a thing. This is why L1 you win. L1s normally perform very well. Historically, I'm not gonna say normally. Historically, L1s, yo, layer ones, blockchains, layer ones perform well. And you're gonna be a shareholder, you're gonna be a crypto participant, an investor, a sacrificer, coming out the gate with that piece, a piece of that, holding on to that. I don't know about the validators, the 32 million and things like that. I'm not interested in that. That's me though. You could be interested in that. Make your crypto business how it works for you, because this is all a business too. You're allowing this business to earn, and that you don't necessarily have to sell, so that you can live off the spoils of your rewards that you're getting on a regular basis, cha-ching, every day. What are we talking about? I don't care about some Steph who had a Staker app and now is subscription for people who got to use it with past 5 wallets. I don't care about Shane Schuler and his silk scarf around his neck. Shout out to the entertainment factor. I get, but that does not hold any of my attention. What holds my attention is what I'm sharing with you, bright, good people right here, y'all. That's what holds my attention. The information, that's what's powerful. That's what we need. That's what we use. I don't care about people crying about some V5. I don't care about some Zen token. Shout out to that community. Y'all could win how you win. But I'm looking at this piece. I'm looking at the trifecta of what we have right here. That's ill. And it's not even post-chain related yet. I'm talking about Hex, Hedron, and ICOSA. It's an ill trifecta. And we're not even talking about post-chain yet. And this thing is crazy with it. It's crazy. And it's not getting enough support. Who cares? Because I'm talking about it. And that's what it is for me. That's what it is for me. The man created an opportunity for you to not even wait 15 years to possibly get what you got, what you think you deserve earlier than 15 years. Can y'all wrap your minds around this? Is what's happening now. It's here. It's been here for a year. It's been here for over a year. Actually, the staking component, it's only been like 7-8 months. That launched with ICOSA August of 2022. What are we talking about? 2022. Are we blessed? Yo, we blessed. Yo, these other communities they can't compare. Don't get me started with these other communities. They can't compare, but they watching in silence. They watching on the sidelines. They secretly sacrifice. You heard? Some of these clowns out here that should have been talking and should have been supporting and not wrecking their audience, they secretly sacrificed. These clowns, meaning these YouTubers that got millions and millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of viewership and all this and that, who wreck their audience, yeah, they know what it is. They sacrifice too, on the low. On the low. Disingenuous individuals, disingenuous human beings will talk crap about something else. Well, no, they'll show you garbage and then tell you something so disparaging about Hex. Why? Why are you doing that to your viewers? But you led them to their slaughter with centralized exchanges and entities like BlockFi, Celsius, 3 Arrows Capital, FTX, Trash, Luna, all kinds of garbage just in 1 year. Just in 1 year alone. I never listened to anything any of those clowns had to say, including especially BitBoy and Altcoin Daily. All of these, none of them ran. All these folks that just be like hopping on, the hate wave. I don't listen to them. And even when they try to come around, it means nothing to me because I've been around too. Been watching them for years. I've been watching a lot of them since they were nobodies. Like when I say nobody's, they're people, but nobody's as far as viewership. We're talking since 2017. I've been here 2000. Some people say 2017 and they can't prove it to you. I got the data. You know what I'm saying? I got the files. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, but I listen to what people say. They'll talk to you about that 2017 talk, and all they could talk to you about is BitConnect and barely talk to you about that because they weren't here. They weren't involved. They're just parroting something else. I know from experience. Like I told you, I got involved with trash, got hurt. I got involved with good things too. But this right here takes the cake. This takes the cake. There's nothing more to talk about until something better comes along. It's a fact. Like the kids say, that's a whole Snapple fact. Like we can't make this up. Can't make this up. Good people. Let me scroll through the chat and say what's up to everybody, and then bounce on out of here. Anybody? Oh man. Everyone who's in orange ecosystem now so early. Exactly. The accumulator has exactly. Just it's a horizon, long-term horizon, and then we also there's ways to do things too, so that you could earn, because a lot of people can't deal with it. 15 is a long time, and what are you gonna do on a day-to-day? How do you make money every day? There's ways to go about doing it. You gotta find a way. Everything can't be given to you, can't be spoon-fed, right? We already have the information free. People give so much data on the internet, and that's what's up. But like, listen, man, you get paid every day. With Hedron Icosa, you could make something, man. You could borrow against your Hedron. Like, you want to talk about borrowing, lending, and banking and all these things. The man created something that you do a stake, right? And when the numbers changed and they looked a lot different than they look now, and I'm not gonna say better because better is subjective. When they look a lot different than what it is now, when it starts to reach a ceiling price, you could borrow against that joint, borrow against your own crypto and bubble and live life and do what it is that you do and whatever. Get your CPA together, your accountant, whatever, pay your taxes or whatever. Do what it is that you do and live your life. That was non-existent 2 years ago. We have that here with Hedron. If you see that your 15-year stake just hit a number and it's so tempting, you're like, man, and see what the noise pollution? It never fails. Every stream, there's a siren, yo. You see what the noise pollution? You see your stake is 15, it hit a number at 15 years. Your 15-year stake hit a certain number because the price of Hex went to a certain number and you're sweating. You're itching. You're like, man, I'm panicking. If I do something like this, yo, I'm gonna, suffer penalties if I end my stake. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Since it's a HSI, I'm gonna sell this joint to the to the ICOSA contract and get my ICOSA. And guess what? The ICOSA ceiling price is there. Guess what? I might have even made a more of a profit. So my thing is worth more than the actual hex stake that I sold to ICOSA, and I could do a bunch of stuff with it. I could pay my bills, buy more crypto, do whatever you want. It's available. It's available. That's just an example. It's available. That wasn't available 2 years ago. It's available now. It's available now. Shoot, y'all can't. I mean, what we doing, man? Rayo in the building. What's up, man? Yeah, I was just talking about V3, and you know me running my mouth. Yeah, running my mouth, man. Hexile DJ, yo, that name, yo. Salute to you. Salute to you. Yeah, man. When it catches you, you gotta go, man. Like, energy catches you. I had to go. I had to, talk my talk. See, there's just more noise pollution. More noise pollution. This is what's going on here, man. It's disturbing the quality of the stream. You see, shout out to you, Rayo. If it wasn't for Hex, you would have never used Uniswap. See? See? He said, so thanks, Hex. You the greatest. It's true. Hex put on Uniswap, helped to put Uniswap on the map. People weren't really aware of that Dex. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. The ICOSA yield is come on, man, incredible. You know, Alex Fizame, salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Yeah, indeed. But this is why we have these tokens now to help us, do what's important to us, so that we don't have to bust our tails and hurt our bodies for a measly allowance, a measly stipend. Because whatever we're getting paid, we deserve more. I don't care what it is. Whatever we receive as a salary, we deserve more. And it's hard for us to get rich working for somebody else. What are we doing? You know? Well, we're paying taxes because we're working for our money. When the taxes are different, when your money is working for you. Salute, man. Word. He says, shout out to some Ready Rock. I know, man. I talk crap, yo. Yeah, they had him butt ass. I heard that he was caught butt naked somewhere. The guy from MakerDAO. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like, you know, like it was. I think I don't know, man. Let me, you know, I used to have a tinfoil hat game. My tinfoil hat game was strong before, but that's just very worrisome. Very worrisome. You know, you're doing your shmoney dance. Crypto Bigfoot doing the shmoney. Yo, we about to, man. We're gonna do our own shmoney. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this is good times. We live in. Listen, man. Overall, shout out to everybody in the chat. I can't read everything, but salute to every one of y'all. We have to know this. These are wonderful times. I know life comes with challenges. Trust me. We know this. It's not just we know. But being in this space is helping us. Believe it or not, it's helping us because we have great things to look forward to. Right? We have great things to have no expectations of, from the profits of others' work, right? Right? So it's helping us. It's helping us at least give us an opportunity to say, okay, amidst all this financial madness and worry and banking debacle and economic turmoil that's going on, we know that there's some semblance of relief, relief, absolute hope, like absolute hope that's actionable, that's verifiable, that works in crypto. 100%. 100%. Crypto Bigfoot, Hex Brickwork. Yo, these names, man. Hex Brickwork. I like these names. Soul Hex. Salute to you, Soul Hex. Good people. I'm gonna leave y'all. But listen, man, enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your evening, your night. Okay? Stay strong, stay committed, be healthy, be well. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care.